Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Monday, March 21st, and we are back fresh off the Success Club cruise. So those of you who are not on the wait list for Punta Cana next year, make sure that you are on the wait list if you don't have a spot already, because these trips are just absolutely unbelievable. It's a great chance to connect with other coaches and really enjoy everything that you've worked for this year. So I am super excited to have our guest speaker with us today. She is a premier and elite coach. She is a 36-month Success Club legend. She's been coaching for 4 years. She's a mom of 2, and she is coming to us from Salt Lake City, Utah this afternoon. Chelsea Carothers is here today to talk to us about converting your free challenge groups into a program challenge or paid challenge group. So welcome. I know fresh off the cruise, we were just saying we're a little crazy. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thanks for having me. I know I was saying I have cruise brain. It's like mommy brain, but it's cruise brain. And so I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I just got logged back into my office and was checking all my stuff. And I'm like, I have a call today. So I'm so excited to be talking to you guys. I was a 2013 Premier Coach, 2015 Elite Coach. I've been a coach almost 4 years. It's in May, which is crazy how the time goes by. I briefly just want to tell you a little bit about me so you know who the heck is talking to you. I started back in May of 2012. My baby was just turning, she was 1, and I was still using the excuse that I was trying to lose my mommy weight. And I looked at my baby who was almost 2 walking around and was thinking that that was not a valid excuse anymore. And I didn't like who I saw when I looked in the mirror. I wasn't proud of myself. I have 2 little girls, and that's just a huge weight on my shoulders to make sure they grow up with a positive self-body image. And I think they get that from their mom. And I didn't want to be the mom that was embarrassed to get in a swimming suit and couldn't keep up with her girls, but told her girls to live healthy lives. I wanted to be the mom that showed her girls how to do that. When I was pregnant with my last baby, I was diagnosed with cancer. And so we were just trying to survive for a lot of years. I was just thinking of living and surviving and didn't do what I needed to do. My husband also is an alcoholic. He's been sober almost 5 years. And so that time before Beachbody was just a really ugly time for us. We were barely surviving. We were barely staying married. I was going through cancer treatment and surgeries, and he was trying to conquer his own demons. And so we were kind of at the bottom of the barrel. And so Beachbody came at a perfect time for us. He had finally found sobriety. I was free and clear of cancer, but we hadn't taken care of ourselves. And so we were ready to do that. My friend reached out to me. She had this awesome body. She'd had 4 kids, and she was like taking pictures on the beach, and I was super jealous and annoyed with her. And I didn't comment on her pictures. And so that went on for like 2 months. Then I started kind of liking them because it started motivating me. She reached out to me and sent me Shakeology samples, which I put in the cupboard and didn't try. And she messaged me and I ignored her because I hadn't tried the samples. And this went on for 9 months. So anytime my coaches tell me, no one's saying yes to me and everything, I always ask them, how long did it take you to say yes? Because it took me 9 months. And if my coach hadn't been consistent, posting pictures and sharing her life, not posting about join my group, but just sharing her life and her passion, and then following up with me, even though I was ignoring her, because I just wasn't ready. And so until I was ready, she was there being consistent and sharing with me. And so it took me 9 months to join. I joined as a challenger in May of 2012, and my husband and I jumped in and did Insanity, which was crazy. When we thought we were going to start, we thought we'd lose our weight. And that was like what we thought was going to happen. What it did for us was something completely different. It made us come together in our marriage. It's the first thing we accomplished together since we've been at odds for years with his addiction. And so we got up at 5:30 every morning, checked into our challenge group, did it together, and we lost all the weight we couldn't lose in 2 years at the gym in 60 days with Insanity. So we knew that we were never going to stop using these programs. I wasn't at a place where I thought that I could offer value to others. So when my coach talked to me about coaching, I was like, no, I'm not going to be a coach. I didn't think I could motivate people, and I didn't think, like, looking at where I was, that I should be helping others. And so she told me it was that we would save 25% off, and my husband and I both wanted to do Shakeology, so we signed up purely for the discount. And here's my speech on never discounting the discount coach, because I was a discount coach. And so I did that for about 3 months, but people kept coming asking me what I was doing because they saw the results I was having and the difference in our lives. And so I just shared with my friends and family, just like I share about when my kids do something they're proud of, that I'm proud of them for, and it's easy to share. That's how coaching was for me. It was just easy. And I didn't even realize I was building a business because I was just sharing what I loved. And so there wasn't a lot of pressure. I didn't even think I was coaching. And then I was all of a sudden paying for my product and paying my car payment as a stay-at-home mom and doing all this amazing stuff that I never thought I was capable of doing. And so I started it from a place of just love and sharing, and what it's grown into today is completely amazing and has blown my mind. When my baby started kindergarten this last year, it was always in the cards that I would go back to work. That was always my husband's and my plan. And so it was the best moment when I got to walk her to school this year in September, and I got to come right back home and log onto my computer and work with my coaches, and I didn't have to go job hunting for an 8 to 5. I got to be home, and I get to take them to school and pick them up and be at every field trip and room rep and everything. And so I went from just my husband and I trying to lose weight to having a team of, almost 1,000 coaches. And this is my passion. So that's just a little bit about me. And I am just so grateful to be on this call with you guys. So let me get into the meat of the call. I'm just going to share my screen. All right. So this is how I built my business. I do free groups, and I built my entire elite business on Facebook. I haven't used Instagram. I'm actually just starting to use Instagram. And that's the beauty of this business. You can build it however you want. I have coaches who have built their entire business on Facebook, some entirely on Instagram, some entirely face-to-face. So for me, it was Facebook. And I started doing free groups because it's how people build trust in me, and I funneled them into paid groups. And so that is how I've built my business, and I just want to share some of the things that have worked really well for me with you guys. I'm also not one of those coaches who's like cryptic and kind of tells you what I'm doing, but don't want to give you everything. So there is a lot of scripts in here, and I apologize. And I'm sure that Brianna is recording this, so you can go back and watch this again. But I hate it when coaches are like, this is what I do, but they don't tell you what they do. And so I tried to give you guys everything I do to help you be as successful as you can. So I just wanted to briefly touch on how I plug people into my free groups, just so you can kind of get the feel for how the flow goes. So usually how I get people into my free groups is I just share my life. So I don't necessarily, sometimes I'll do a post on join my boot camp or something, but that's rare. For me, I share a lot of lifestyle posts, and I change my profile pictures a lot just to get new engagement and things like that. So I just shared with you guys my most recent profile picture change. We just got off the cruise. And when I change my profiles, I always follow up. So this had like 238 likes on it. And so I always send what I call hey girl or hey guy messages, depending on if you're a girl or guy, to all my likes. And I just say, hey, thanks so much for liking my photo. It's been forever since I've talked to you. And then I usually will go to their timeline and look and see what they're up to. And I'll just say, it looks like your family is growing so much. It's been forever. I can't believe how big Jake's gotten, or something like that. And so this is a way that I keep my funnel full. So following up with likes and comments on every post I make. A lifestyle post example is this one. Instead of saying join my clean eating group, this one says, I can work out every day and see little results if I don't focus on my nutrition. I've lost 3 pounds this week eating clean, and I didn't have to go hungry. So I just kind of took pictures of what I was eating and then said how it helped me that week. And this one I've run several times in different ways, and it always gets a ton of people interested with likes and comments. So here's an example. Like I told you guys, I'm not going to be cryptic. Here's an example of my hey girl, hey guy message. So if they liked or commented, sorry, I'm just moving my I can't, moving this down so I can see you guys. Okay, so if they liked or commented, I'll just say, hey, how are things going? Thanks for liking or commenting on my post. I appreciate your support. I would love to have you join us. This group is going to be so fun. Are you interested in more information? I like them to tell me yes or no. We never want to be those people who throw people into groups. Please don't do that without them knowing or committing to it. And then if it's a cold reach out, this is someone who hasn't liked or commented on my post. I just say, hey, Jane, how are things going? And I put a personal comment in like I previously was talking about. I don't know if you're interested in this or not, but I'm hosting a 5-day clean eating group or whatever type of group you're hosting on this date. I'd love for you to join us. It's so much fun to work with friends and family. Are you interested in more info? This is really, really important, you guys. So once they answer me, I say, awesome, I'll provide you recipes, tips, and everything you need to be successful. You just have to participate each day. I want to set the foundation because the worst is when you have groups that are dead and not interactive. Before we get started, have you ever worked with a Beachbody coach before? Another huge thing that's so important that people forget, because you don't want to take people's customers. You also don't want to spend, 2-3 a week with people and then realize they already have a coach. So you have to ask that question. As Beachbody, we want to be have our integrity, and nobody likes when people take our coaches or customers, so we don't want to do that to others. So this just saves a ton of time by just asking that simple question. And then you just say, if you reach out to them, I'm sure they're running these types of groups and would love to help you. If not, please add me as your free coach. So the things I require of people in my free groups is that they're my customer. So I give them my URL and they go and they actually become my free customer on Beachbody. I give them the choice. I say, you can go and be my free customer, or you can join the club if you would like to do the workouts. And then they can choose from there. And then I just have them message me when they do, and I add them to the group. And then I also ask them what their goals are. So then when I want to invite them to my paid group, the challenge group, I can circle back to our previous message and I can use what they told me that their goals are and customize our conversation so I know that I'm going to help them the best way meet their goals. And they know that I care about them because I'm asking instead of just treating them as like a big group message. Okay, so in the group, once they've accepted and they're in the group, and depending on what type of group you are running, I'm going to talk about how I actually transition them to paid groups now. So I didn't share all my posts that I do in the free group, but you guys I'm sure have those, so whether it's a free group or whatever. But these are things I sprinkle in throughout the group that just kind of put a little buzz in people's ear that there's more than just this free 5 days. So I plant seeds for them throughout the group. So one of the first things I share is my story. And so my husband and I started this together. So we share our story. It kind of is interwoven. And so the one on the right that says plant the seed, I just talk about us. So they know us. So they get to know you. They know your journey. They know that fitness maybe fitness has been easy for you, but it hasn't for me. And I want people to feel connected to me. And so I talk to them about what we've been through, our Beachbody journey, show our before and afters, and tell them why Beachbody worked when so many other things wouldn't. And so I just talk to them about my life. Another thing is I celebrate our life now and what it used to be, and talking about just different emotions I experienced. So this bikini picture on the beach, I never took bikini pictures when I felt horrible. And of course, as a coach, I wish I would have now, but I didn't. So I wore tankinis when my kids were little, and I was embarrassed of how I looked. I didn't like looking at myself in the mirror. And so I talk about that because I'm sure there's a lot of moms out there that feel the same way. And so talk about the emotions, not the sell. Stories are what you want to focus on because that's what people are going to connect to. So I just kind of weave these things into the free group. And then people will comment and they'll say, this is exactly how I feel, or I can connect with you on this, or thank you so much for sharing. And so as people are liking and commenting, make sure you're talking to them and establishing that relationship as you go through the 5 days. Another thing I do to keep my free groups engaged is offer incentives, because like I said, you don't want to be bored in groups. If they're in a free group and it's dead and it's boring, they're not going to want to join a paid group when the free group wasn't even fun. And so I am not techie at all, so I made just a simple Google Doc for my free groups. And I just kind of put a picture, like it's so simple. It's like name, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then bonus points. Nothing fancy. And it seems to work for my customers because they know that it's easy and they can do it. So I just share the link and I ask them every day to post their daily accountability. So for us, it's what workout they did, what's their inspiration for the day, and then nutrition. So they can say anything. They can post a picture. They can say, I used to eat this for breakfast, Cocoa Puffs, and today I ate fried eggs, or whatever they want to say. So they just share their daily win, and it's really uplifting and exciting. And when they do that, then they get to go to the Google Doc and just put an X that they shared their daily win, and then they are responsible to do that because I don't have time to do that. And so at the end of the week, I go in and I just give away like little prizes. Sometimes I give away the bonus discs that come with our programs. Sometimes I'll give away like hip hop abs, or just depending on the size of the group. If it's a huge group, sometimes I do like size, or, you know, something I have from Winning Success Club. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but everybody likes to be rewarded and recognized. And so just any little thing you can do really helps keep your group exciting. And so those are just little things I've done that have helped my groups be more fun and interactive. So then after I've done that, I've planted my seeds, I've had a great group, I'll ask a question in the group itself, and I'll say something like, who wants info on the next group I'm doing? I want to give you all first dibs before I open it to the public. And then a post that's worked really well for me in the past is, like, this one was for hardcore, obviously, but you can kind of tweak it and do it for any of the programs, just depending on what group you're doing. But I say something like, if you could do a 22-minute workout for 8 weeks, be part of an exclusive test group, have a meal plan set, no weighing food or counting calories, recipes and a grocery list, would you do it, yes or no? So they're answering me, yes or no, and I haven't gotten a no yet. Someone, maybe they don't say anything, but they'll say yes, yes, yes. And so people see them responding, saying yes, yes, yes. And then other people in the group are like, oh, I don't want to miss out. I'm going to say yes, or comment or message Chelsea so I can see what this is about. Because when they see the interaction, people are more likely to do it. If you take it all to private message and they can't see other people joining, there's not as much activity. And so and I'm going to touch base more on that in just a second. But so I do a simple post in the group, just asking if they're interested. And then I also do private messages as well. So I do both, post in the free group, and I also send private messages to everyone. So what the private messages look like is it's just, hey, Emma, just checking in to see how the clean eating group went for you. That's all I say. And then I wait for a response. I don't want to overwhelm them by like typing some big long scripts. It's a simple question, and then they can answer you. They can say, I totally fell off track, or it was amazing, I lost 3 pounds. But whatever they say is going to give you ammunition to help plug them into the paid group. After they answer you, I just say something about, I would love to help you map out a plan. What are your health and fitness goals in the next 6 to 12 months? What have you been doing for fitness lately? How's your nutrition? Sorry for all the questions, but the more detailed you are, the more I can help you. Again, finding all this out is going to help you circle back around when they give you objections, because you're going to know what their objectives are. And so when they're giving you an objection, you can take their objective and tell them, I understand your objection. This is how this is going to help you meet your objective. Is that worth it for you? You have to dig deep. So after you get their goals, if you still don't feel like you have enough information, you need to just ask more questions. So I wrote some questions down that have worked for me. You don't have to ask all these. You just need to ask some. But for me, this one, why do you want to lose 20 pounds, is huge. So my personal story, if my coach would have been like, this will help you lose 15 pounds, the challenge pack's $140, you should get it, I would have been like, no, thank you, because I already going to the gym. But what she did instead was she showed me, she asked me why I was struggling with the 15 pounds, and I told her it was the baby weight. She asked me what I'd been doing to lose it. And I told her I'd been going to the gym for 2 years and seeing little results. She asked me how my nutrition was. I was like, what is that? Like, I ate pizza and pop. So she got a ton of information. And then by getting all that information, she found out more about me. So it wasn't just I wanted to lose 15 pounds. It was really, I was struggling to lose my baby weight. I was plateaued out at the gym. I wasn't doing anything with my nutrition. And we have an answer to help people with all of those things, but you have to ask enough questions to really understand them. So after you feel like you've gotten enough questions, you move on and you say something like, it sounds like you're serious about losing that 15 pounds. I have the perfect plan for you that will include 30 healthy meals provided, a simple nutrition plan, portion controlled containers, no counting or weighing your food, 30-minute workouts to do at home, access to our private accountability group, plus you get me as your coach. It's basically like you're getting a personal trainer, nutritionist, and accountability coach all in one. Do you think a group like this would help you? That sentence is really important because you're asking for their buy-in. I've never, again, had anyone say no. I've had people say, I can't afford it, or they give me their objections. But most of the time they say, yes, it would. And then they'll give me an objection, or they'll just say, sign me up or whatever. But that question is really important because they have to be bought into it. And so you're asking them to really think about everything you said above and if that would help them. And then you wait for their response. So then what I do for the follow-up, and I know this is like a hugely long one, but this is exactly what I post in my free groups for the follow-up, for the public follow-up. And this is really, really important because you're asking them to comment when they're committed. So when other people see them comments, they see, oh, she's going to do the group. She's going to do the group. And so maybe it takes a day for the first person to commit because you're in a lot of messages. But the funny thing is once they see one person start to commit, then it happens faster because they've seen, oh, someone's doing it. So maybe I should look into this more. And then like when 2 or 3 comment order in, then it's like a trickle effect and it just gets more and more. So if you do it all in private message, it just doesn't seem to be as effective because when people can see other people joining, they're more apt to join. So this has been a huge thing for me. I do it in the group and I also do it in private message because it's so important that they can see people putting their orders in. So I will offer an incentive. And like I said, it doesn't have to be size. This one I did size. So I just copy and pasted exactly what I wrote in the group. So I just said, here are the details. Remember, anyone who orders will be entered into a drawing to win size, a complete 60-day workout program. So remember to post below in the comments, order in. That's huge. You want to make sure they're posting that their order is in. And then this one, I let them choose between 22-minute hardcore or 21-day fix. So I just said you have 2 options. Both of them include the private accountability group, private coach meal plan, the DVDs, the 30 days of Shakeology, containers, and the chance to win $500. We also do a Zoom call to plan out your meals so you're set up for success. And I will do the drawing for size based off the comments. So remember to comment order in. And then I give them the links because you want to make it super simple. So I give them the links to order hardcore and I give them the links to order 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme. So all they have to do is click on it. And then I say again, please confirm your order by posting order in and what you ordered, and I will add you to the right group. All orders need to be placed by no later than March 15th, so you will have your programs in time. So I told them what to do, I showed them where to order, and then I gave them a deadline. Those are all very important. And this is an analogy that I love. I'm sure most of you guys have seen, I don't know if you have or not, there's this YouTube video of this crazy guy dancing, and you can see it on the left. And if you go to YouTube and type in crazy guy dancing, this is like the first thing that comes up. So I wish I could share the video, but it's this guy, and he's like being crazy without his shirt on at this music festival, dancing all by himself, and you can hear people like looking at him all funny and don't know what the heck he's doing, and it takes a while for anyone to join him. So the video is like 3 minutes. The first like 30 seconds is him dancing all by himself, and people think he's a weirdo. And then all of a sudden, one person joins, and they sit there dancing for like 20 more seconds, just the 2 of them. And then there's just like 3 more people all of a sudden joining. And then like every 10 seconds, there's more and more people joining. And by the end of the 3 minutes, like the whole crowd is dancing like a freak. When in the beginning, everyone thought he was a weirdo. And then it just took a couple people to join and people seeing that. And then all of a sudden people thought they were missing out on something if they didn't join. That's the whole idea of making sure you're posting it in the groups and not doing it all over personal message, because people have to see the excitement. They see you out there like a crazy person, like a fitness person doing all these workouts, and they're like, oh, I can never do that. Or they don't work, or whatever excuse they want to give themselves for why they don't want to join you. But as soon as that one person joined you and they see it, that's like a spark for someone to be like, maybe there's something to this. And then they keep watching. And then more and more people are going to keep joining. So that's why this works so well, posting both ways. And then lastly, you want to do a sense of urgency post to your people. And so these are things that you need to think about. You need to remind them of their goals. So if they've told you their goals and they just haven't joined you yet, remind them of what they said to you. You told me on Monday that you wanted to lose this 20 pounds. In the free group, you told me you lost 3 pounds. That's amazing. How can I help you lose the next 17 pounds? What's holding you back? Remind them of what they told you in the beginning. And then another thing is tell them why you can get them what they need. They need to know you're the expert. And sometimes that's hard for new coaches to step in those shoes, but they need confidence. And so don't let them give you excuses. Tell them, you told me you wanted this. I'm going to help you do this. And this is why I can. So whether it's they struggle with nutrition, I'm going to tell you exactly what to eat every single day. If it's fitness, you're not going to plateau out because these workouts are scientifically designed to help you not plateau out. So you have to be the expert. They want to be able to trust you. And if you're wishy-washy and like, I think this will work for you. I hope you do it with me. You can't say those types of words. You have to say, I know this is going to work for you. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to be successful. And basically, why wouldn't you want to do this? Because you're going to lose that weight by working with me, plugging into your nutrition, fitness, and accountability. I'm going to be there every step of the way to help you. And you're going to get this weight off. And then you can kind of tell them what happened with your own personal story as well, if you haven't yet. Lead with their fear. So if they say, I can't afford it, so many coaches are like, I don't know what to say when they say that to me. Call it out. Like, call it out and just say, I know you're worried about affording it. I was too, if it was true for you. It was true for me. I thought it was way too expensive and I didn't see the value in it. But here's why I now think it's very inexpensive. I get 1 meal a day provided to me, every single workout I need, a nutrition plan, and a coach. So, and that all, if you get the $140 challenge pack, is like less than $5 a day. I used to buy a Starbucks and McDonald's like 3 days a week at least. So I was spending way more than that on unhealthy food. And so when I look at it that way, I'm saving money. I don't have a gym membership. I don't go to Starbucks. I call it $5. I don't go to fast food places. I save money. And so if you figure out what their daily habits are, most people spend $5 a day on something that they don't need. So help them see why they need this. So lead with whatever their fear is. If it's they don't have time, if it's their husband is not supporting, whatever it is, just call the elephant in the room out, and then it's really easy. Always have a deadline and update them on spots you have remaining. So it's really critical to be like, you have to order, like I had the deadline in that post by March 15th. If you just kind of throw it out there and say, join my group, people always will wait till last minute. And so they'll just wait forever because some bill will come up or something unexpected will happen. So you need to let them know your deadline. And then as people join, make sure you're updating that feed saying I have 3 spots left or however many spots you have left. And then this is huge. We're coaches, you guys. And I don't ever want people to think that I coach because I want to make $30 off them by getting a challenge pack or 40 or 50 or whatever it is. I want people to know that they can trust me, and I want people to build up to being ready to commit. So offer them something of value even if they say no to you. So for me, what I do is I offer them the 30-day free trial to the Beachbody On Demand, and I offer to work with them for those 30 days. If they say no, I just can't do it right now, I say, well, how would you like to have 30 days of free workouts, and you can see if you like it, and we can work together and just see how that goes for you. You also have access to the nutrition plans with the free 30 days, and we can touch base and get you started on your goals. That way I'm staying in touch with them, I'm building trust with them, and I'm helping them, because that's why we do what we do. And so that's what I do. And just remember that even if they say no, no doesn't mean no. It just means no, not right now. So if you're offering value and you're staying consistent, they're going to come back around. Honestly, I don't have like a scientific statistic, but about 70% of everyone I sign up now, I've had a previous conversation with. And maybe I don't remember it, but I'll like scroll back through our messenger feed and I'll be like, oh, I talked to them a year ago about joining a challenge group and they weren't ready, but they came back around. And so celebrate your no's, because they're going to turn into a yes. If you're doing your job, you're plugging them into something of value, and you're caring and you're just sharing and staying consistent. This business is about time and consistency and just sharing your passion. So that is really all I have. I hope this call was helpful for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, I know I like threw a ton of scripts at you. I'd be more than happy to answer them if you have any.
This was awesome. I'm going to go back and watch this again later. Thank you for sharing so much with us. I actually have a question. How long before the end of your group do you start posting the message about your program?
The program I usually post, if it's like a Monday through Friday group, I'll post it on Thursday, because usually then I'll send out the personal messages on Friday when the group ends. Between Thursday and Friday, it depends on how active the person is. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm sprinkling seeds and offering value and just getting them started in the program.
Cool. Does anybody have questions for Chelsea? Ooh, okay. All right. Romy, let me go to you and then we'll unmute Deb. Just do this one at a time. Go ahead.
All right. My question is, when you do the giveaways, how is it that you determine who you're going to give it to? Do you do it like a raffle, or, based on who comments the most, or how is it that you would determine that? What if somebody comments the same amount of time?
So for the free group, you mean like the giveaway for the free group, not for like joining the challenge group?
Right.
For the free group, I usually, if they comment the same amount of times, I'll do like bonuses or tiebreakers. And so I'll have them do like a funny picture where the group votes on who's the best planker. Or I've done like plank anywhere but the floor. Or how long can you hold an air chair, or things like that. If there's still a tie, then I always like say, when I'm doing the rules, I'll say, in case of a tie, we will do a drawing. And then usually if there's a tie, and it doesn't happen very often, but I'll like give the runner-up something little, like, a 21-day fixed sweatband, or, a sample of Shakeology, or, just something I have around. But yeah, that's usually what I do.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Deb, go ahead.
Mine was kind of like Romy's question, I think. My question, though, to extend it even more, is how do you give them the free 30 days? Do you sign them up for the Beachbody On Demand and then sign them off after the 3 days, just in case they decide they don't want to do it?
No, I give them my link and they know. I say you get it free for 30 days, and then you can choose to keep it. It's $39.95 every 3 months, so about $12. And then if you don't want to keep it, set an alarm on your phone for day 25 so you can cancel it, because I never want people to have surprises in their bank accounts. That's like the exact message I send them.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Oh, Christina, hold on. Let me get to her. Okay, go ahead, Christina.
Oh, hi. Just had a question about the challenge groups in general, because you were saying that you do mainly like 5-day challenge groups. Can you just give any examples of like the type of free challenge groups for 5 days, if it's like clean eating, or like I've seen people do like squat challenge, or like an ab challenge, or something like that. Like,
yes.
What do you think is like the better, like, what do you see people more interested in, I should say?
My most popular ones are, I do a buns, guns, and abs challenge, because I deal with a lot of moms. So buns and bellies are always huge. And so I've done a lot of those where I'll do like my own little mini fitness circuits in them. And I just use Pick, Post, Play or iMovie. And I do just 5 simple workout moves and have them repeat it 3 times. And then I'll sprinkle like clean eating recipes throughout the week. That's been a hugely popular one. And then you don't have to reinvent them every time. Like once you do one, you can host it like every 3 months. It's the exact same workouts. So you're just duplicating it. So it's not difficult. And that's what I do. I just have a lot of circuits I've done and I just share them. And I do that about once every 3 months, like when spring break's coming up, when summer's coming up, those are always big ones. And then clean eating's always really big for me because people just want to know what I eat and what I do. And so I just share those. And I actually have a doc that I've created for all my coaches on how to run a free clean eating 5-day challenge group where we've put in like exactly what we post and everything. And I can share that. If you guys would like it, I can share it with Brianna. She can give it to you guys. So
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I know it's been a crazy few days. I appreciate you hopping on today and taking the time to chat with us. This was really, really great info. We're going to post this recording up in the team page. So make sure that you tag your coaches who may have missed this. Chelsea, thank you so much for coming
No problem. Thanks for having me.
and sharing it with us. I'm excited to talk with you guys tomorrow. I think that's it. Have a good day, everybody.